What's going on, everybody? My name is Yuka, and you probably know what the video is about because of the title of it. um, but believe it or not, I was actually planning on putting out a another build guide today. I was either gonna do Firecrest or Benchy, or something that I'm kind of beginning to like now is Predator. And all of those are actually like semi close to being fully maxed, so I'm really comfortable with putting together build videos for those, and I really wanted to get that content out to you. But unfortunately, in the process of doing that and testing out my Firecrest um, build that I have, and fine tuning it right before I put out the video, I jumped into a couple skirmish games and a little bit of PvP. I didn't jump into the Dark Zone. Um, it's kind of how I get a feel for how my build's going right before I put it out, or right before I kind of finalize it. And that's to jump into some PvP action and then finally take it into the Dark Zone. But I've been using my Firecrest and Pred in the Dark Zone already, so I'm pretty comfortable with how they work in PvP. But that is a completely different video in itself, or those two builds are completely different videos in themselves. What I discovered was that basically the division is gonna get killed at this point, because I jumped into a couple skirmish games and literally everybody is running Predator or Striker. And I don't have a problem with either of those builds. That's totally fine. You know, there's counters to them and there's ways to play against them. The same as there's counters to Nomad and there's ways to play against the Nomads. But what I have a problem with is people using this Chronos Max bullshit. I think it's called Chronos Max or Chrono Maximus or something. Um, I'm not 100% sure. After a few Google searches, there's like Chronos Max and something Max beginning, or I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure one of them is called Chronos Max. And it basically, what it does is it modifies the way that your controller works based on software. It's something that you plug into the console. And this is, I believe this is specifically for console players too, because PC is just rife with hacks regardless and mods. So, but it's a modifier that plugs into the controller and the PlayStation, or the controller and the Xbox, or whatever, and it basically enables auto aim, auto shoot, auto aim, auto shoot, but in rapid succession, to the point where you basically have a shotgun, for argument's sake, that fires at the rate of a PDW, a personal defense weapon, or an M4, or the house, or something similar to that kind of rate of fire, like 600 plus RPM. I guess I'm just estimating. And it's pretty much just bullshit, frankly. If you're one of the people that uses those, I mean, you know what, you can do whatever you want, frankly. Is it fucking pathetic? Yeah. Is it sad and obnoxious? Yeah. Is it game breaking? Absolutely. Like, there's no other way to say it. You're a fucking asshole. And frankly, I don't know why the fuck you bother playing, because you've completely removed any element of skill from the game by doing that. Or wow, you might have to pop a medkit every now and then, or use a support station, or put down a fucking shock turret. But whoop-de fucking do, you just run around and auto aim and auto shoot at everyone. So, frankly, I think that's gonna kill the game. And I believe Massive came out, or Ubisoft came out in a recent state of the game and said something along the lines of there's nothing that they could currently do unless they rewrote some major code in the game. I don't know how true that is, but frankly, it's a third-party physical device. I'm sure if they could get their hands on, you know, the popular ones, or the plethora of these devices that are actually available on the market for a really affordable price, mind you, too, somewhere around like the $20 or $30 range, they could, you know, reverse engineer these things, and or at least have a look at the software, and hopefully, you know, bypass that crap. Because, I mean, I would say you're kind of like a mouse and keyboard player by doing that, but you know what? I kind of have a little bit more respect for mice and keyboard players that play on console. You know what? That's their thing. If they're too much of a hardcore console gamer to play on PC and they want to use a mouse and keyboard, then you know what? So be it. It's a little cheesy and it's kind of frustrating sometimes, and it's super easy to tell, but these people that use physical hardware to create a software mod or a software modification to the way that the actual game works or the way that their hardware interfaces with the input interaction of the game, you know, it's pretty sad because you go out and buy one of those things, or maybe you just download some software and put it on a fucking thumb drive, who knows. And then what? Like, oh, good for you. You can beat somebody else maybe that's using the same shit. Like, you're not good at the game. You've completely removed, like I said, you've completely removed any skill caps or, you know, any way for you to progress and actually get better at the game. Because why? You're probably fucking garbage at the game anyway. You have a shitty build, you don't have the fucking time or some shit, or more importantly, you can't make time because your time management's fucking horrendous. I don't know, man. I didn't really want to put out a rant video, so I apologize, guys, but, you know, it's something I've been aware of for a little while, and today, after not playing The Division for a little while, because I've been playing Monster Hunter World, like, religiously with every waking hour I have spare, I've even been trying to rush through a couple of bits and pieces on my end, like work-wise, so that I can physically make more time to play Monster Hunter World. I thought it would be really refreshing to jump back onto the Division, now that they've got the new global events like circulating weekly in a kind of rotation fashion. I thought it would be great to jump on and put out some build videos, because now would be a popular time for people to be farming those gear sets for people that didn't get them before. And I've got to say, the PvP experience is an absolute joke now. If you're running anything that involves some kind of modification, software-wise, that enables you to have an upper hand, then basically you're a joke. That's the crux of the matter. That's my point that I'm trying to make. And I don't give a crap if this video is going to get flack for this. If it gets, you know, fucking 10,000 dislikes, whatever. It's just something that I wanted to get off my chest and hopefully share with the community. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to put that out there and kind of address it in my own way. Some of the footage may have clips of it in that's rolling in the background. Some of it might not. I got so frustrated with it. I was clipping bits and pieces of my PvP interaction earlier, and I got so frustrated. I couldn't be bothered anymore. I was just like, you know what? Something needs to be done about this. I need to say something. It's ridiculous. If it comes to, I honestly thought 1.8 would probably be the reason that the Division died, because of all the fuck ups that Massive and Ubisoft had made with the progression of the updates. And looking back on it, I actually take my hat off to them, because they slowly rectified things and rebalanced things to the point where 1.8 came out, and in my opinion, after being a vanilla player from the day the Division came out, I think 1.8 is actually the most balanced build, especially in PvP, that has ever come out so far on the Division. But with regards to that killing the game, which I thought it would, it totally hasn't. It's completely revived it, and I'm more in love with the Division than I ever have been. Unfortunately, what I think is going to kill it is people using these Chronos Max or whatever the other versions are of these USB dongle type pieces of like software that people use. It's absolutely pathetic. In my opinion, people have just completely killed PvP for me, which I'm kind of okay with now, because I've done and got my fair share of PvP, but Anyway, I'm gonna leave you guys with that. If you guys want to share your thoughts on the matter and tell me, hey, if you use a Chronos Max, you know what? Tell me why you use it. Tell me why you're a little bitch, and why you suck at the game so bad that you've got to go and spend 20 bucks on it to get the upper hand on players that are probably better than you regardless. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe you're just experimenting with it. Heck, who knows? Maybe you just want to see what it does. Or maybe there's some other uses for it. There's some automation for it. But let me know what you guys think about the whole situation, specifically in relation to the division. But if you have thoughts on other things, or there's uses for other things, then let me know. And if you guys do leave comments down in the comment section, try and keep it friendly. I know saying that's a little bit much to ask after the language used in this video, but frankly, I can't really give a crap because YouTube doesn't monetize my content anymore due to me having absolutely no subscriber base and barely even touching on the hourly or the monthly views that they require now. So anyway, until next time, guys, I'm signing off, and I will see you in the next one.
We'll be right back.